Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining me. I want to say just a special thank you to Jill Lublin for putting this information out into her list, and so I want to say welcome. And unfortunately, Jill couldn't be here tonight. My name is Barbara Wainwright, and I'm going to be sharing with you all about coaching. What does it mean? What is it? What isn't it? And how easy it is to get started as a coach. A lot of information. So just wanted to say thank you to Jill Lublin for arranging this, and thank you for showing up tonight. Again, my name is Barbara Wainwright, and I founded Wainwright Global quite a while ago. I have been training coaches since 2006. In fact, over 5,000 coaches have been trained using my system. So that's kind of exciting news for me. And tonight what I want to share with you is the mission at Wainwright Global, what coaching is all about, the opportunities that are available to you as a coach once you become certified, also the amount of money you can earn in the expanding job market, what it takes to be a coach, why clients hire coaches, why you would want to become a coach, and how we can get you trained in only 16 hours, and that's so important. And also, I'm going to share with you about our coaching system. I'm going to give you an overview of what that looks like, and then we'll talk about what every great coach should know, and then I'm going to share with you some special offers for today's attendees, and that's something that you may have read about in one of the emails that Jill sent out. So let's jump in. All right. My mission is to provide the finest in professional coach training and certification to as many motivated individuals as possible, and to keep my rates affordable. I've been very successful at that, and it's something that I'm very passionate about. If you know somebody that wants to be trained as a coach, I want to train them. The other thing is that I want to provide you with a lot of ongoing support, and I do that in a lot of different ways, and one of the ways that we do that is we are available. We're here. You can speak to a master coach at any time to help, looking for guidance or getting your business underway. So providing an abundance of ongoing support is something that I'm definitely committed to for all of my graduates. So what is coaching all about? It's just a great question. A lot of people think it's like therapy, but it's really not. Therapy, I believe, was an important part of the evolution of our species in that we looked back, we said, what did we do wrong? What did we do that caused people to behave the way they do, to grow up and act out or whatever? And we really analyzed and figured out what could we do differently to have better results. That's kind of what therapy was. It's all about looking back and figuring out what happened. Well, coaching is kind of the opposite, because it's all about looking forward and determining where it is that you want to go, and what do you want to achieve, and what do you want your, I'll say, your fingerprint on the planet, if you will, to look like. Do you want to leave a legacy or not? Yes or no? And if you do, then getting into coaching is really going to help you change lives for the better, and it's going to be extremely rewarding for you knowing that you've made a difference in the world. So coaching is about saying, here I am now, here's all the resources I have on board, here's the resources I need to get over to point B, so here I am at point A, and the way to get to point B is I need to get these resources on board, I need to take the steps to do that, and then after that I just need to take the steps towards my goal, and that's it. Coaching is about moving forward and looking forward and envisioning and seeing what that looking forward looks like, and then taking all the steps towards it and holding your client accountable to get there. So I say coaching is to the 21st century what therapy was for the 20th century. And I believe that it is the next step in the evolution of our species. So what is coaching all about? To be a great coach, and this is counterintuitive for a lot of people, to be a great coach, not only do you not need the answers, you don't have the answers. The answers lie within our client. That is the basic premise of coaching. Our client has all the answers within them. Just like the apple seed knows that it's going to grow up into an apple tree, nobody has to tell that apple seed what to do. The same thing with people. But we're here and we come with great gifts to offer the world. And only way to get to those great gifts is for the client to go inside and really let their purpose and their dreams really bubble up from the inside out. And to do that, we need to ask the right questions to help them to go inside and let that juicy information bubble up. Now, that means that you need the questions, but you certainly don't even have the answers. And that is certainly counterintuitive to what a lot of people think. So the great news is that you're going to get all the questions that you need to ask in our class, and that is going to make you a powerful coach. So coaching changes lives for the better. It helps people stay accountable to their dreams and goals. It gives them an action plan and steps to take. And it helps them to be responsible for taking those steps. And it also provides them a cheerleader, somebody in their corner who's going, you can do it. I believe in you. I know you can. You know, you wouldn't have the desire to do this if it wasn't something that was innately given to you from the very beginning. So it's a way to motivate, inspire, and keep your client moving forward. All right, and the other thing that's really great about coaching is making sure your clients know that they're making steps. They are making progress. And so we stop and have them like smell the roses for a minute, you know, right? Stop and smell the roses, because look at all these things that you've done. I found that clients sometimes want to beat themselves up continually saying they haven't done enough. And I think as a coach, it's our responsibility to remind them of all the wonderful things that they have done. So those are really the responsibilities of a coach. Now, what are the opportunities available? There are many. Now, if you look at this list on the screen, you'll see that there's about over 50 different specialties here that the coaches that have graduated through my system are coaching in. And you might be wondering right now, wow, that's a lot of different areas. How is that possible that they could take one training class and coach in all these different areas? Well, I'd like to share the good news, and that is we teach a coaching system. And because I'm teaching a coaching system, you can take the system and focus it in any area that you choose to coach in. So you can use my same coaching system to do career coaching, laughter coaching, self-esteem coaching. And all you need to do is change the focus of the questions. You can even use the same questions. So you can get into business coaching, health and wellness coaching, spiritual coaching, creativity coaching, you know, even weight loss coaching is a great area to go into. We also get asked, how much money can a coach earn? And I like to say that, you know, truly there is no limit to the amount of money that you can make as a coach. If you think of a speaker or an author, you know, there's really no limit on the amount of money that they can make. And as a coach, it's kind of the same thing is true. If you look at the report from the ICF, which is where we got these numbers, what you will notice is that they have kind of what seems like, you know, $55,000 and $116,000, which is a good income, but really it depends on the skill of the coach and who they are coaching. That makes so much sense when you think about it. The skill of the coach, in my opinion, if you learn this system of coaching, you're going to have top skills. If you look at that in a different way, I believe it's more like the confidence of the coach to ask for what they deserve. You're changing lives for the better. You're sometimes helping people to get out of a rut that they've been in for years and years and step into their greatness. And when you do that, it's very valuable. It's almost like you can't put it's priceless. You can't put a price on it almost. So people are willing to pay whatever they feel that that's worth. And you need to have the confidence to ask for that. So depending on who you coach, right, if you're coaching somebody who is unemployed, for example, you're not going to be able to charge that much money because they're unemployed, they don't have an income coming in. Unless they've got a big reserve, they're not going to have the money to pay for a coach ongoing. However, if you're coaching a top executive, they're going to have plenty of money to pay for coaching, and in fact, their company might just pay for it. So at that point, you're going to be able to charge, you know, some big numbers. It's really up to you, your confidence level, and who you coach as to how much money you can make. So, you know, I think these numbers here from the ICF are maybe from individuals that aren't out there and self-employed. Maybe they're employment numbers. I'm not sure. Anyway, coaching is a growing opportunity. It is one of the world's fastest growing professions. It is becoming more and more well known that the return on investment in coaching is a positive return. So you might be wondering if you already missed the boat, if there's too many coaches, and we say really not so much, because there's 41,000 active coaches worldwide, and in North America 15,000. But if you look at the stats in the U.S. alone, with 604,000 helping professionals, and the fact that there's only 15,000 coaches in North America, you can see we're way behind in catching up with the other people in the helping field. So are there too many coaches? We say not even close. According to Indeed.com, and if you're not familiar with that website, I suggest you check it out. It is a website that hosts job opportunities. They're international. And the job opportunities for coaches have increased an average of over 419% in the last 5 years. That's huge, and I imagine that will stay true for a few years to come because, as I mentioned before, companies are recognizing that coaching adds value to their bottom line, which is what a company is looking for. They want to know that their bottom line's great. And another thing that it does for employers is it helps for keeping their employees around longer because they have a much more employee satisfaction because they're getting that coaching and they're helping to, uncover what they're passionate about and making sure that they have a work and life balance. So coaching is really an expanding career choice, and it's something that I believe is going to continue to grow at this rate for some time to come. So what does it take to be a coach? Do you have to have a special background? Do you have to have a degree? Do you have to be a certain age? The answer to all of these questions is no. You don't have to have a special background. You don't have to have a degree. And there's always going to be somebody younger than you to coach. So I think you're going to be okay. In fact, if you look at our community of coaches, you can see that we have coaches from many different walks of life: academic advisors, actors, human resource personnel. We have a lot of therapists and psychologists come through. We have ministers, reverends, a lot of people that are in the helping profession already, but they haven't added this tool to their belt yet. So we got a lot of people that are coming through that, for instance, we do have physicians that come through and want to change their career. They want to go into a more, instead of being allopathic, they want to go into a more holistic practice, which is coaching. So it's just such an interesting career choice, and even if you're not going to use it for your career, it's a great thing to have on your resume because it shows that you're interested in continuing education for yourself, continuing to improve your skills and grow. So our community of coaches come from homemakers, business owners, psychologists, ministers, and we all have something in common, and that is that we all love to help people. We're passionate about helping people. We love it when somebody calls us and says they just had a breakthrough because we encouraged them to take a step, to take a chance, to risk, to branch out. So it's extremely exciting and rewarding, and if you're one of those that loves to help people, then you're in the right place at the right time doing the right thing. The single most important thing that it takes to be a great coach is, in my opinion, that authentic passion to be a positive influence in helping people change for the better. And if you've got that, you're going to make a great coach, and no doubt about it. So why do clients hire coaches? That's a great question, right? Mainly it's because coaching works. Coaching does make a difference. Within 30 days, your client is going to see a difference. It helps people change their lives for the better. It helps to move them in the direction of their dreams and goals, everything that they've always wanted to do but never did. It helps to get them on the path. It's affordable. Even if somebody needs to join a group coaching, right? Group coaching is more affordable than one-on-one coaching. You can get into a group and make it affordable to get your coaching. If you all have the same objective, and that's typically why you would do a group coaching venture, is maybe it would be a weight loss coaching group. Maybe everybody would be focused on losing weight and sharing their success stories in the group. So it can be very affordable, and it doesn't have that stigma that's normally associated with the other helping professions. Oh, you going to therapy? What's going on? Is everything okay? And instead, it's like coaching. Wow, you have a coach? What are you doing? What is your goal? What are you working on? And I do know people that have more than one coach. I know people that have a speaking coach, a business coach, and a life coach. So it's a blend. It goes across the board, and the successes and the movement that people have when they're being coached really is life-changing for sure. Coaching provides instant results, and the caveat that is on that is that you're using my coaching system. If you're using my system, in 30 days your client will notice significant change and improvement in their life. And it provides lasting results. You can talk to your client years from now and still have that great feedback. So why would you want to become a certified coach? You know what? I have a lot of answers for that. I just think there's a lot of great reasons that you could become a certified professional coach, and I'm going to share with you some of my reasons, and I'm sure you have your own. And if you'd like to share what your reasons are in the chat box, that would be great. Helping others succeed is so rewarding, and so that, of course, would be the primary reason that anyone would want to become a coach, because you know you're going to make a difference in somebody's life, and you're going to help them improve their life. Their life is going to be better because you were in it. That's rewarding. Owning your own business is another reason to get in to become a coach. I mean, there's lots of businesses that you could pick up and own, but coaching business has so much flexibility with it that it's really kind of brilliant. Owning your own business gives you the opportunity to set your own hours, decide who you want to work with or who you don't want to work with. It helps you to take your vacations when you want to, or you could work anywhere in the world when you are owning your own business as a coach. You aren't locked into one location. You could be anywhere on the planet using Skype to connect and coach your clients. So here's a great benefit of owning your own business, and that's the tax advantages, because you can write off a piece of your home, your phone, any computer expenses, office expenses, anything that you got going in that area becomes a write-off, and that's also a helpful thing. And of course, you'd want to talk to your own CPA about that, but owning your own business can be a really great tax advantage. And then here, working from home or anywhere. How great is that? It allows you the flexibility to be anywhere on the planet and actually coach as long as you have an internet connection. And I think that's just brilliant. I do know coaches that go and live in Hawaii part-time, and they live in Arizona part-time, or they take a month and go spend it in the south of France, and they aren't quitting work for that time. They're servicing their clients from abroad. How great is that? I mean, really work from anywhere or work from home. If you're a new mom and you don't want to leave your child at daycare, you can also work from home. And I think that's a brilliant option as well. There's very little startup costs becoming a coach. Pretty much all you really need is a desk and a phone or your computer so you can keep notes. And that's about it. The other thing that you might want to invest in is some marketing, but the best way to get yourself out there as a coach is word of mouth. So really that's again, free. So there's very little startup costs. And the great thing about coaching is you don't have any inventory to purchase, store, pick back, or ship, or deliver. So that's kind of a nice thing too. There's not a big burden involved with coaching as far as you don't have to have an office, and there's certainly no inventory involved. One of the other great things I think about coaching is that you can start part-time. You can start part-time building up your clientele to the point where it replaces your full-time income, and then transition into coaching full-time, and then kick your income up even more. So that's another great way to do it. Being able to coach somebody in an area that you're passionate about, they're passionate about, of course, so they wouldn't be contacting you, but it's so nice to be able to speak with people of like mind throughout the day. It just is an uplifting thing. So I feel fortunate to be able to talk to people that are passionate about the same things that I am. And then, of course, like I mentioned, creating a legacy and leaving the world a better place because you are here. It's so rewarding to know that you've made a difference. And then finally, earning what you're worth. I haven't worked as an employee since 1985, But when I did, it was a bummer to go into my manager's office and have them tell me that 3% was the increase this year, because that was the standard of living increase, which we all know it's never been as low as 3%. So, it's like there was a major frustration. Mainly, also another reason is because I was a female, and women, back in the day, and probably still true today, don't usually get paid what men do. I don't know why, but that is the way it was for me. And I was just really glad to step out of that paradigm and say, this is what I'm worth. And if you don't want to pay it, next. Because that has to do with your self-esteem and your confidence level and your ability to ask for what you're worth. Some more great news. I'm going to share with you about how you can be trained in only 16 hours to be a highly effective certified professional coach. First of all, we have a training system, and the training system is outstanding in that it's a hands-on experience. It's live online or live and in person, and it gives you the ability to coach individuals in the class. So it's highly interactive. You're guaranteed to leave the class with your credentials, Certified Professional Coach. Our classes are held live online, as I mentioned, in a group, or you can have your own master coach. All of the curriculum, or all of the training, include some lecture, practical exercises, a demonstration of what you would want to be, the type of questions and stuff, and they're very, very interactive. So you're going to be actually in 5 coaching exercises before your class is over. The class schedule is flexible because we want to be able to serve as many people as possible. So we have classes that are Monday through Thursday in the morning, Monday through Thursday in the evening. We have classes that are Saturday and Sunday, and it's 16 hours. So if it's Monday through Thursday, it's 4 hours a day. If it's Saturday and Sunday, it's 8 hours a day. And then we also have an option where you can do 2 8-hour Fridays and kick it out of the park. So we have a flexible schedule, and our master coaches are brilliant that train the class. I guarantee you'll love them. They are amazing. Some more great news is that you're going to learn a coaching system. And that's another reason we can train you in only 16 hours. We're not teaching you a whole bunch of theory. I mean, there is some theory, but it's not a whole bunch of theory. When we teach you a skill or a tool, you're going to jump right in and practice it. So it's not like you're going to be learning a whole bunch of theory, and at the end you go, okay, now what do I do with all of that? You'll be learning a technique in your practice. You'll learn another technique in your practice. So you're going to be using and experiencing the tools as you go. So this coaching system has 35 years of success behind it. It's currently used by over 5,000 coaches in over 50 different specialties. And it's easy to learn, and it's easy to use, and any great system is simple, because simple systems make things just so possible. So it's powerful. The system looks like this. This is an overview, okay? The first coaching session that you will have with your client, you will discover everywhere that your client wants to go and all the things that they want to do, what they want their life to look like about a year from now. And you're going to take really good notes during that part, because you're going to create from that a personalized vision statement for your client. And that's something that's very special for your client. And when you deliver it in the second coaching session, you will find that it's a real bonding moment. It's a time when you and your client are going to connect. Like I'll just put it this way, it'll be a moving experience for both of you. And then in the ongoing sessions, that's where you have your client start moving forward. They start taking steps. You hold them accountable. You lay out the plan with them, and then you keep them motivated and you keep them accountable to achieving those goals, and you also stop and celebrate the victories with them. Every great coach should know how to help their clients to clearly identify and articulate their goals, how to help them develop strategies to success, identify and eliminate limiting beliefs, and be accountable to their dreams. And also step outside of their comfort zones to achieve their goals. Now, that last line, it's so simple to say, hey, just step out of your comfort zone and achieve your goal. Well, you know what? Stepping out of our comfort zone causes anxiety, stress, self-sabotage sometimes, a fight and flight experience. So what we do in our class is we give you the tools to help your clients gently ease right out of their comfort zone to success. It's one of the most life-changing tools that I'm aware of. So you're going to learn how to do that. You're going to also learn about the roles and responsibilities and ethics of coaching. You'll learn how to be a great coach. You'll learn about the theory of mind and the power of the mind. You'll learn neuro-linguistic programming techniques. You'll learn communication skills for neuro-linguistic programming. You'll learn just how people think. You'll learn to understand how they make decisions. You'll learn about Socratic questioning and the listening skills and how important those are for coaching. You'll also learn about power words and personal prose for coaching and how important those are. You're going to learn about the circle of personal perspective, which is just one of the ways that you can provide measurable results for your client. You'll learn about life coaching questions and the categories that are necessary for life coaching. And when we are in the class, we don't focus on the other areas of coaching. We focus on life coaching because everybody has one, and yes, you are going to get coached in the class. So you are going to experience the coaching from both sides of the table. You're going to be the client in one session, and then you're going to be the coach in the next. And that way you get the experience of what your clients are going to be feeling while you're doing the interview. And I think that's so important for you. In order for you to be an effective coach, you need to know what the experience is like. Well, you're going to get that in the class. So you'll actually jump in and conduct your first coaching session, and then you'll have homework at this section, and it's time to create the vision statement for your client, which will be due the very next session. In coaching session 2, that's where you deliver the vision statement, and as I mentioned before, it is a bonding experience that you're going to have with your client. It's very, very powerful. Then you'll jump into the third coaching session, which is like all your ongoing sessions that you're going to experience with your client. It's where you set up the action steps and the due dates, and you find out why they're doing it so you can keep them motivated, and you hold them accountable to moving forward. So you'll be doing that exercise as well. Then you're going to learn a couple more tools for your client's success, which is the state of personal power and the self-discovery forum. Those are both great tools for helping your client. After that, you're going to be reviewing everything. So you're going to review the system, you'll review the tools, and then you'll take an assessment exam. And after that, you will be jumping into the business of coaching. You'll be talking about setting up your business, how do you keep records, how do you set fees, how do you create coaching packages, what are the payment methods, and how do you market and promote yourself as a coach. All of that culminates in a certificate that looks a lot like this and indicates to your clients that you have mastered the techniques and methodologies of coaching and you are indeed certified. When you've completed the course, you will have mastered our coaching system, you will have experienced it from both sides of the table, and you'll have the confidence to know that you can change lives for the better, no doubt in your mind. And it's, like I said, the reason it's so powerful is because it is simple. Coaching is not hard. I know there's a lot of companies out there that make it seem like it's almost overwhelming when they want to charge, you know, between $5,000 and $18,000 to train you. The thing is that coaching really isn't hard. It's about asking questions. It's not about what you know. It's about the questions that you ask. So, you know, I don't know what they do with all the time when they have somebody go through 2 years of training, other than maybe they practice the whole time. I don't know. But coaching's not hard. It doesn't have to take forever to learn how to do it. And if you have a system, then you're kind of on the home stretch already. So I've got some money-saving opportunities for you because of being Jill Lublin's audience. I'm just like thrilled that I could be doing this. I mentioned already how our classes work, and they're live online, or they're live in person. And what do I mean by live online? You're not going to be watching some recordings. We have a master coach that takes you through all the material. So you're sitting in a class with other people or one-on-one with a master and coach, and you're going through all the material. And either way that you take it, you will get the experience as both a coach and a client. So what does this investment include? It includes the 16-hour training with the master coach. It includes our telephone and internet access. In other words, you can send us an email or call us if you have any questions regarding coaching. We're happy to answer them. I'm happy to put you in touch with a master coach. You'll have a lifetime use of the system. You'll have the training manual, the handouts, all the tools will be available to you. You'll receive a quick reference guide after the training. You'll get your exam, which is included in the tuition. Something to watch out for if you're looking at other coach trainings is sometimes they charge for that, like the IAC charges $325 just to take their exam, and that does not, there's no guarantee that you'll pass. So, you know, be aware of that. And then you'll get a hard copy certificate and also a digital copy, and you'll also become a member in our coaching community. So I'll say we love to encourage you as well to participate in our newsletter and our business building webinars, and here's the bonus that I have for you. We're going to give you a web page on bestofcoaching.com. We're going to host it for a year for you for no charge. And then we're going to give you that hard copy certificate. All right, so those are the 3 bonuses that I have for you for being a friend of Jill Lublin. And also I want to show you what Best of Coaching webpage looks like so that you'll know why there's value in that. First of all, it's on bestofcoaching.com, and you go under Find a Coach, and what you'll find are a list of categories of coaches, and from there you're going to be able to jump in and see the coaches. So here's Colleen Smith's page, and your page will look similar to this, and you'll have a picture here of yourself, your title. If you have a company name, you want to put your name and your title there on the left hand side, and maybe a logo for your company. In the center, you're going to have all about you. It's going to be what kind of coaching you do, why should people hire you as a coach, your testimonials, and then on the right-hand side, it'll have all your contact information, your phone, your email, your website. It's great if you have a website to use the Best of Coaching page as a portal into your website. Why? Because bestofcoaching.com is SEO optimized, meaning that you can find yourself probably within 2 weeks of getting your web page up, you'll be able to search your first and last name in the word coach, and you will come up at the top of a Google search. So that's really nice too, that you'll be getting a web presence. If you've tried to get a web presence and you haven't been able to yet, you'll know it's kind of tough, but with the bestofcoaching.com webpage, it's a great portal right into your website, so you get that web presence. It's really valuable. The other thing that you get is a URL. So if you don't have your own web page, you can use bestofcoaching.com / and your name so that you will drive people right to your page. That URL is linked directly to your page so that they don't go to some other place in the system. Okay, so again, free web page on bestofcoaching.com, free hosting for a year, a hard copy certificate, and a $200 discount off the tuition. So we have a $200 discount using the code MMM200, and I want to walk you through how you apply that discount because sometimes it's not as intuitive as one would like. All right, so this is available to the first 10 people that register for the discount, and to get to that registration page, you want to enter www.wainwrightglobal.com jill.htm, and I'm going to paste that into the chat box so you can easily click the link, or if you'd like me to, I can email you the link after the webinar. So you want to go to wainwrightglobal.com / jill.htm, and that will take you right to the registration page. Now let me show you what that looks like. Hold on just a second. Okay, this is the home page. To get to the registration page, you're going to go to Our Courses, Professional Coaching, Online Live, and then click Enroll Now. When you get there, you're going to see the price of $9.97 and a couple of payment options. You'll enter your class date, so if you were coming on July 22nd, then you would enter July 22nd. You'd want to enter Jill Lublin here as referred by. You want to go ahead and add to the cart, and then enter the promo code of MMM200 and click Apply, and that will drop the price down to $7.97. So that's how it works. I wanted to share that with you because I've had some people share that they were having difficulty, and I could see why, because you don't see the discount until you actually get into the shopping cart, which may be a little confusing. So that's my presentation. And I want to go back and jump back into so you can see the email address and the URL. And I'm opening this up. I'm going to put that link in the chat box right now, but I'm going to open this up to any questions that you might have. Now, if you want to type them in the chat box, that's fine. Or if you'd like to unmute your microphone, that's fine too. Just go ahead and click on the little hand on the control panel if you have a question, and I can unmute you. There you go. All right, Helen. So, Helen, you're unmuted. If you'd like to ask a question, go right ahead. Helen?
I'm sorry, I was just testing out the button.
Nice.
It sounds very good. I'm ringing in from Australia.
Oh, awesome. All right. So, Helen, we do have some classes that will work for you timing-wise, I believe, because you're in an odd time zone for us. But I think our morning classes work out to be your afternoon, which is kind of...
No, it's the other way around. Your afternoon is our morning. This time is a good time to run seminars in Australia.
Oh, wow.
Rather than 2 a.m. in the morning. So it's 11 a.m. for us to do the...
Perfect. Perfect. Okay, so we have classes that start, since it's 11:30 for you, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we have classes that start at 9 a.m. your time then, because we have classes that start at 4 o'clock in the afternoon for us, which would then be 9 o'clock in the morning for you, so that kind of works. So yeah, you're right. It's the opposite of what I said. I think what I said works for England. So,
thanks.
Oh, God. Yeah, well, thank you for joining us. It's wonderful to have you here. What's the weather like in Australia?
Well, it's winter time and it's cold.
Oh.
But cold's not that cold for you.
Yeah. I always forget that you have that opposite weather that we do. It's summer and...
We're not really upside down.
Just your weather. That's great. All right, we got a question from Kathleen. So I'm going to unmute you, Kathleen. If you want to just go ahead and ask it, I'll read it as well. If not, Kathleen, you're unmuted. If you want to go say hi. Kathleen's question is, can you use the multiple payment option with the discount? Yes, you can, Kathleen. Absolutely, not a problem. So you would just go back to, or you would go on that when you're on the product code and select the payment plan, then add to cart, and then enter the promo code, and it will discount the payments as well. So yes, you can. All right. So are there any other questions? Let's see. I'm not seeing anybody pop their hands up. Annette or Carolyn. Let's see. We have Helen and Kathleen, who we've heard from, and Cherie and Marlon. Any of you would like to ask a question? Please just go ahead and click on your hand, which is on the control panel on the right-hand side of your screen, if you can see it. And I'm not sure if you can see the chat box. Sometimes if you're watching on an iPad or an iPhone, it's a little difficult. But I'll share one more thing that is a question I get asked a lot, and that is, what happens if I miss a class? And the problem with missing a class is that you have a client in class, and you need to be there for them. And that takes place in the course is broken down into 4 sections, so it's 4 4-hour sessions. So it can be done in 2 days or in 4 days, based on how we break up the sessions. And then it's the second and third session that you're responsible for being there for your client. So unless a tornado hits your house, we expect you to be there. I'll just say that because we did actually have a student that had a tornado hit their house while they were in class. So it did shut them down, and they did have to leave the class. So, but, you know, we understand when that happens. But anyway, she was able to follow up with her client later in the week, but we prefer to keep it happening all in the flow in the class, of course. So our Monday class could be taken in a different class, and our Thursday class, which would be the beginning 4 hours and the ending 4 hours, can be done at different classrooms, because you won't be working with the same client like you are in the middle 2 sections. So, all right. Annette asks, what times do the courses start and the dates? Great question. You know, I'm going to go flip back to the website so that you can see that, because we have a lot of dates on the website for you to look at. So I'm going to scroll up here. Our upcoming dates are July 22nd through the 25th. That's a Monday and Thursday, starting at 4 p.m. Pacific, 9 a.m. Australian time. However, it'll be the 23rd through the 26th, which is a mind blower for me, but that's okay. Always gets me squirrely when I think about Australian time, and you're 15 hours ahead of us, I believe. Okay, then we have our Saturday and Sunday class coming up, and that's from 8 to 4, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. We have, again, another Monday through Thursday class, and that goes in the morning from 8 to 12 Pacific time. We have in August a slew of classes again. We've got our Monday through Thursday classes, our Friday and Friday class, Saturday, Sunday. So it's a pretty flexible schedule to get people on, and like I said, we'd love to have you join us. If you have a scheduling conflict, if you call us, we will see if we can figure out how to get you into a class and how to make it work for you. So thanks for that question, Annette. All right, let's see if there's any other questions in that chat box. And I don't see any, so I just say thank you for joining me today. If you do find that you have a question later on, please don't hesitate to send us an email at customersupport@wainwrightglobal.com. Oh, I got another question. Cool. Or call us at the 800 number. I don't think, in fact, I know the 800 number will not work in Australia, but you can certainly send an email and contact us that way. And my Skype ID is in the chat box for you, so you can contact me that way as well. Okay, from Cherie. Becoming a coach is a relatively new idea for me, but certainly seems to be what I've been looking for. That's exciting. Yay! I believe I need to at least think about this overnight before committing to the program. Is it possible for the discount to be available longer? It's absolutely going to be available overnight, and I will keep that discount program available for the next 48 hours so for you. All right, Cherie? And I just want to say thank you for considering to become a coach, because here's my personal belief, that I believe that if everybody had a coach and they were being coached to live from the inside out, meaning they were living a life of purpose and passion, that we would have world peace on the planet, because everybody would be living from that place of inner peace. So there you go. That's my big lofty dream, which is to have people have peace on earth. And I think if we could coach everybody, and everybody was living from that place of their internal, you're an apple seed, you're here to be an apple. Whatever it is that you're born with, whatever gifts you were born to have, if you were to express them in the world, you would be reaping the rewards of that gift, and we would all be living in a peaceful world. I just really believe it. So my mission: get everybody coaching. So anyway, again, thank you all for joining me. I'm going to go ahead and unmute Cherie. If you had another question, you can just go ahead and ask. And same with Annette. I got you unmuted, and Marlon, you're unmuted. And Carolyn, you're on the phone. I can't unmute you because you have an internet code. Anyway, so if you have any other questions, go ahead and ask, and I'd be happy to answer. And yeah, other than that, I guess it's time to say goodbye, which I'm not good at. You might have been able to tell already. Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, Cherie. It's like I said, it's a pleasure to have you here, and thank you for thinking about being a coach. It's very, very rewarding, and you're going to make a difference in the world if you do become a coach. So thank you, you guys. Thank you so much for that. All right. Look forward to connecting with you in the future, and I hope you have a great rest of your evening. Okay, Carolyn's asking a question. One last question. When will we hear from you regarding starting the course? Okay, good question, Annette. I love that. I mean, Carolyn, great question. What we do is we send out the materials for the course. Well, as soon as you register, you'll hear from us. You'll get an email that welcoming you to the company and all that. When you are taking the course, 3 days before we send you all the materials for the course, and there's a reason for that, because if we send them too early, then people lose them in their email system and they forget. So we send them 3 days before. That gives you enough time to get the materials printed out and get you ready for the course. And then you'll get all the information to log in and take the course in that same email. And then the course begins at the scheduled time. So you'll hear from us as soon as you register, and then you'll hear from us again 3 days before, and then you'll be in class. I hope that answered your questions. Oh, thank you again for showing up, and I appreciate you being here, and I trust you all have a great rest of your evening. And thank you all. I like the thank yous coming across on the chat box. I appreciate you guys very much, so thank you too. Have a great rest of your evening, everyone. Bye-bye now.